EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
And they're on the 17-yard line.
Jackson looking to throw right away. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7.
7.
I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
From the 20, here's a 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. He finds the rookie, Zay Flowers. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. The Ravens at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
On third down, Jackson. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Throwing. Hooker. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Hooker wants to change the look. Now back to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well,
this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
They work now on 2nd and 9. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Right side and caught by Kohler. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 28. 23 yards the pickup there.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson options out left. Fights loose.
Wrap up.
Still moving. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Edwards. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Hey, report! Report!
Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get sixes instead of threes.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. Powering his way forward. And he returns this to the 22.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like you did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter if they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen, and now they're no gain.
And a third down throw that misses the target, incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On the counter, it's Edwards. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tackle for a loss goes to Kirby Joseph, making a great play.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead,
poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Odafe Owe there on the tackle.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and
Now 2nd and 9. Hooker. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
3rd down, Hooker looks to throw it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And that one not fooling anyone. It'll go down as a completed pass, but it will lose a big chunk of yardage. And a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Second and 9.
We change it.
Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And quickly, they get to the line. They go play action. Here's Hooker. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Hooker from the gun on 3rd down. That is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Jackson to throw. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
You. Middle. Hey.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Looking deep here for Flowers. And that's going to be incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Justin Tucker to kick off the Baltimore.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers.
And now the rookie's free. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Hooker now off play action. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. And the other day they told us when we got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Hooker going to try and throw for it. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's first and 10. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now Hooker. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! David Montgomery, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now...
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way down to the 39. 51 yards rushing for him now, just his first 3 carries. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around, not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. We're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal. They got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They do get 6, but they've still got some work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Lions on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Hooker. Able to find the open man. That's complete. A big play there for Detroit. And even 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Hooker's going to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They go play action with Jackson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Alex Anzalone from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And got his man complete. Down the right sideline. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 81 yards. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here. Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
All play action. Here's Hooker rolling to his left. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready, set.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here's Hooker to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Intercepted.
Here's 1st down.
Over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Julian Okwara in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Jackson on 2nd down. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 55 yards. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Hooker. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Gibbs straight ahead. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Now leaving with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. Hooker rolling to his right. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he will fall on this himself, but get no further. So certainly intrigue all the way to the finish line, but that is how this ball game will end. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded.